of course, one of the big things we were able to pull off that's never been done at Scotiabank Hockey Day in Canada before is we're able to bring out the nighttime broadcast crew that usually stays at this at the Rogers broadcast studios in Toronto during this event. Usually it's just Ron MacLean that comes out, but all the panel are coming out, including Kevin Bieksa, Jennifer Broderell. They're both playing in the alumni game. So Carl Ablak and his team for the alumni, they're doing a great job. And we're going to have a who's who of alumni. It's going to be really special night as well. So, but with the panel being here, they're going to broadcast, and that's why we're getting an extra 2 hours, 3 hours, because the last game, they usually sign off from the location, but they'll actually stay on location for the last game because the panel will be here. Broadcast, you wouldn't believe the shot, overview over top of the Milestones restaurant, right outside Destination Greater Victoria's Tourism Center, looking straight at the ledge, the Empress on the left-hand side and the Inner Harbor there. It's going to be something to behold. And it's going to be the best Scotiabank Hockey Day in Canada ever. We're confident in that.
Right on. Yeah. So, sounds like a ton of activities and events going on. That's great.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I'm exhausted just listening to it. I don't know. I'm gonna have to get some sleep in earlier in the week. That week, I'm gonna look at my calendar here and see if I can slide in a couple of days off because
we got you selling hot chocolate down there, Cam.
You might see me down there doing that. I love doing stuff like that, but it sounds like it's going to be a lot. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
I remember hearing it back when you said that it was announced, and then it was just on the Hockey Night in Canada panel. I think 2-3 weeks ago when Kevin Bieksa and Ron MacLean were presenting the Victoria Royals jersey and talking about just the connections to Victoria. So very cool that way. And
and of course, as we all know, next year marks the anniversary of 100-year anniversary of the Victoria Cougars winning the Stanley Cup. So we'll be doing some segments on that, if you will. The Stanley Cup, Geoff Courtnall. This is the first time ever as well. Geoff Courtnall will be bringing the Stanley Cup paddling in on a Songhee's canoe into the Inner Harbor. Usually it's Lanny McDonald carrying the Stanley Cup, but we've asked for special permission for Geoff to carry the Stanley Cup, which of course he won with, I believe, Cam's when Cam was involved with the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah.
So exciting times there, local, and they'll be welcomed ashore by the Songhees Nation, and then there'll be a walk through the harbor to the Canada sign, and it will be specially placed there. So we'll have the Stanley Cup here this whole time, making visits to schools and doing a bunch of stuff with that. So that's really neat as well.
Very cool. Yeah, the kids and all the kids, but definitely the hockey ones that we'll recognize, sure will love that around here. That's awesome. Wow. Yeah, no, that's a lot. There's a lot of stuff. That's what.
Now you know why I got such a big committee.
I bet it takes a lot. I'm learning that now through the business stuff.
Absolutely.
You know, one of the great things about this, and I don't mean to jump on ahead of your next question, Brandon, but as a transplant into Victoria, which I am, I mean, I've been here for a little more than a decade now. But you know, people across Canada, this for a lot of people, it's going to be the first time that they really get an understanding of just how connected to hockey Victoria is. I grew up in Edmonton, and you know, it's hockey, 24/7, and honestly, at least 10 months out of the year, you can probably skate outside. But my idea of what Victoria was that's a place that you went on vacation, and there may not, never saw a rink here, really. And although I knew Grant Fuhr played for the Cougars because I was an Oilers fan, but it's really, as John says, this is really an opportunity to showcase Victoria for everything that it is. And I think open some eyes, not just about how wonderful and beautiful the community is, which everybody I think knows, but just how connected to hockey. Those of us that are here now understand, the legacy of winning a Stanley Cup here, the Patrick brothers and the Courtnalls and there's so many connections to our game, and it's thriving right now. I mean, in the South Island, our registration in the South Island is higher than it's ever been. just from Nanaimo down. We've got thousands and thousands and thousands of hockey players playing the game, despite the fact that really the limitation is just the amount of ice. We can't create our natural ice. So it's just, facilities are the only restriction to more growth in hockey. We just got numbers the other day that came in, just number of officials. We've got almost 900 registered officials from Nanaimo down. And to the point where we don't even have enough games to keep them all busy. Like that's the level of interest in participating in our game in the South Island. So, what's happening with this and with the Legacy Foundation, which is going to be trying to bring other events as well, is to really connect this community with the game of hockey in a way in people's minds across Canada, in the way that we're connected, those of us that live here. So it's fantastic.
Yeah, and just having both of you on this podcast is just extremely important as the followers and as much as they're local here on the island in BC here, but honestly, there's worldwide as still have many followers from back when my playing days. So lots being that, but appreciative of both, obviously your work. I think the hockey community and the locals, extremely, it just takes, as John said, it takes a lot and a lot of people involved and pushing and pulling the same rope at the same time. So since I've been involved with this BW hockey, it's been almost 7 years now, which I can't believe. Finishing playing 4 years ago. It's like it has a reset. And I know we all went through COVID there as well, but we were managing to be able to practice and train on the ice and then do all those different things with protocols. But just feel like there's a lot more energy around the rinks and wanting to play. The kids love playing games. And certainly it seems like they are buying into the skill development drills that we provide. And, back in the day, I feel like it was just, we just want to play games and not really practice. These days, they actually love being out there with skills. So whatever coaches we have involved and all that, it's just all part of the hockey journey, I guess. And obviously working with the Victoria Reign as well. That's a new female program that has big numbers, especially in its younger ages that are just coming right up. So that should they're always pulling in their friends and all that to join hockey or to come watch hockey. So that's huge. And the whole reffing thing, I think as you mentioned, I'm sure the numbers must be up a little bit at least, but a lot of BW athletes that are becoming that I hear, I'm sure there's others out there, but that I hear that are becoming officials, which is amazing because of the, I just hear it all the time. There's parents, there's coaches yelling at them, and it's kind of like, who wants to be a official or ref when that's all happening, right? But it's so I tell everyone, every player that I hear is reffing, it's amazing what they're doing. And it's at such a young age, it teaches you so much. I personally did not want to be a ref when I was younger, and I don't think I could handle someone yelling at me back then. So interestingly
enough, Brendan, Ron MacLean is going to do some refereeing clinics when he's here as well. So it's about every aspect of the celebration of hockey, including diversity around female hockey. We're going to have some sledge hockey programs as well. So it's about all ages for everybody. So
no, and you're bringing in many different reaches, which is awesome.
Brandon, it's funny, through BW hockey, we talked a little bit offline about hockey development as well. But I think you're approaching it the right way. If you can make it fun and meaningful, it doesn't have to be a game. You don't have to be out there playing against another team. As long as the on-ice experience isn't what it was hockey development in my day, which was do the horseshoe drill until you're running out of pucks and because you shot them all out into the forest. If you make it fun and you make it meaningful and people see results, it's all about just enjoying yourself. Everybody should leave the ice with a smile on their face, and however that happens is the way that it is. So, and the Victoria Reign, that's an interesting thing that you raised there with that female hockey program here in the South Island. a real model for all across Canada. They were our Minor Hockey Association of the Year last year. I think the first time a female associate, all female association has won that. They've increased year over year in double-digit percentages since they started. And again, the only restriction right now in that program, which is an all ages girls, women and girls hockey program, is just ice time. I mean, the number of women and girls that are trying to get into playing hockey is higher than it's ever been, and the demand is enormous. And then immediately a demand for development. Like, we want to get on the ice, we want to do more and do more. So it's a good news story. We just need to find a way to either reverse climate change and get the ice natural here, or build some facilities. Yeah.
Right, and that's definitely I know a lot of families in our community are pushing for more ice sheets and facilities, so hopefully we can see that in the near future.